Hello, this is John Kelly. I'm a personal injury attorney in Arizona, and I would like to talk to you about rear end accidents. If you've been involved in an auto accident and you've been hit in a rear end accident, there are some unique circumstances that are involved in these kind of cases. One thing that is good about these cases is typically liability is not going to be an issue. In a lot of cases, we're dealing with first establishing liability and then building the damages to make a claim for you. In Arizona, almost always, not all the time, but almost always, if you get rear-ended by another vehicle, you're not going to have any fault in the accident. So if we assume that we don't have any fault, we don't have to worry so closely about the police reports and what happened with why they caused the accident, that kind of thing. I have a lot of people that say, well, can we find out, what exactly happened that occurred that made, put together why that happened. And that might be important in a scenario where they were intoxicated, so we could get punitive damages, or even distracted driving if we can show that they were on their phone, texting, that kind of thing. You may get some aggravating circumstances to get a bigger settlement. But the liability portion is not necessarily where we focus. We can move on to, after we find out that portion of it, move on to damages. And your damages, we want to build those up as much as possible so that we can maximize your recovery. How do we build up your damages? Well, we get good documentation. We make sure you get diagnosed by a doctor, so encourage you to actually get doctor's visits, go to the doctors, get your treatment, stay consistent with that. Also, we want to find out all the other things that you've been affected by. So if you have pain, can you no longer do the activities that you typically do? If you were a runner or a biker and you no longer can do that, that's part of your pain and suffering. You may have lost wages because you missed work for a few days or longer because of the accident. And it may be affecting some of your family members, and you may have anxiety while you're driving at this time now. So those are things that we like to take into consideration. Insurance companies love to make you a number and just boilerplate, give you an offer based on what your damages are of your medical records. In my firm, we like to build up your case and make you a person. So we're often doing video with our clients, talking about what they've been through. We make sure our clients give us the documentation about their notes, about how this has affected their life. And we present that to the other attorneys or insurance company to try to maximize that recovery. If you've been involved in a rear-end accident, and you'd like to get some more information, please give me a call. I'll give you a free consultation. The number is 602-283-4122.